Thanks to modern imaging techniques such as fMRI, PET, and SPECT scans, we are able to produce complex representations of the brain's different regions and their involvement in various kinds of cognition that have to be kind of inferred, but they provide ways to conceptualize what is occurring in the brain. And this has produced large-scale atlases of brain areas. And with the addition of newer imaging techniques like the Human Connectome Project, we are able to produce detailed maps of the anatomical and functional connectivity of the brain. And all of this data shows that there is no one area of the brain that is a localized center of metacognitive activity. However, the frontal cortex has been found to play a major role, as several fMRI investigations have been able to provide very detailed and nuanced investigations of metacognitive skills occurring in these areas. For example, using a similar methodological structure to Hart's 1965 experiment, it was found that correlated feelings of knowing and judgment are occurring in the frontal lobe. The brain seems to function from back to front, with sensory input pouring into the hindbrain through the spinal cord and then into the midbrain structures of the limbic system, where they're paired with an emotion and a level of arousal. Even the sensory data from your eyes in the front of your head is first processed in the occipital lobe in the back. The frontal lobes are the last areas of the brain that process, and it is believed that as the neurological traces of thought move from the hindbrain to the forebrain, the complexity of those thought traces kind of increase as ever more refined details are added from localized brain regions specializing in sort of specific forms of processing. So what emerges from the frontal lobes is this unified conscious thought, which is able to metacognitively apprehend itself. It provides an awareness that you can learn and an awareness of the awareness that makes learning possible. Primate studies also confirm the prefrontal cortex's involvement in social behavior by showing that the greater the sociability of a species, the larger their prefrontal cortex and corresponding gray matter. However, it cannot be said that metacognitive function only resides in the frontal lobe, because midbrain and parietal areas, even the hindbrain, demonstrate metacognitive processing. As neurological investigation has intensified, it is revealed that rather than a localized brain region being responsible for metacognitive skills, there are, in fact, many areas involved across various brain regions. And what the metacognitive skills of these areas are will be covered in upcoming videos.